My Spanish students are always shocked when I show them why ing doesn't always translate to ANDO y ENDO. This is a Spanish masterclass, but in order to understand ing in Spanish, first we're going to understand the uses of ing in English. By the end of this video, you will have an aha moment. I promise. Most Spanish learners think that ing equals ANDO y ENDO, but that is not so. ing means something else most of the times. Let me show you what I mean. First, we have the present continuous or the present progressive. Here, we need the ANDO y ENDO translation. So, ing is going to equal ANDO y ENDO. Let's practice with some examples. First, we need to remember that in the present continuous and in the past continuous, which are the most common ones, we need to use the verb estar all the time. In the present continuous, this is the conjugation. Estoy, estás, está, estamos, estáis for vosotros in Spain, and están. Let's practice with some examples. I am eating breakfast. How would you translate this phrase? We need to use the verb to be, conjugated in the simple present, estar, and then the second verb goes in the ANDO y ENDO. ing is going to be translated into ANDO y ENDO. ANDO for AR verbs. YENDO for ER and IR verbs. Estoy desayunando. Remember that in Spanish, to eat breakfast is desayunar. We don't need a second verb. We don't need to say tener desayuno. The verb is desayunar. Number 2, she's talking on the phone. Está hablando por teléfono. Number 3, they're watching a movie. Están viendo una película. Number 4, he's taking a shower. Se está duchando. Here, there is a little variation with the pronoun se, because ducharse is a reflexive verb. Number 5, we are working out. Estamos haciendo ejercicio. These sentences are great. They are very common. We are using very common vocabulary, and then you can use them to practice connected speech and sound natural when you speak Spanish. Number 2, the past continuous. Here, we translate ing to ANDO y ENDO literally. Remember that the verb is estar, and the conjugation of estar in the simple past for actions in progress is estaba, estabas, estaba, estábamos, estabais in Spain, estaban. Let's practice with some examples. I was sleeping. Estaba durmiendo. Dormir is an irregular verb when you use it in the gerund form, ANDO y ENDO. So it's not dormiendo, it's durmiendo. Number 2, she was driving to work. Estaba manejando al trabajo. Number 3, they were traveling. Estaban viajando. Number 4, he was watching the news. Estaba viendo las noticias. Number 5, we were eating pizza. Estábamos comiendo pizza. Number 3, the future continuous or progressive, or the construction ir a, estar, plus the verb, plus ANDO y ENDO. Don't even bother with these constructions right now. They are not very common. They are not very useful. You can worry about them in the future when you're Spanish intermediate, high intermediate, or advanced. But I'm going to give you a couple of examples anyway. One for the future continuous or future progressive, and one for the structure ir a estar plus a verb plus the ANDO y ENDO endings. 1, I'll be living in Mexico. Estaré viviendo en México. 2, I'm going to be reading. Voy a estar leyendo. Number 4, preposition plus an ing verb. Here, we don't translate ing to ANDO y ENDO. Here, ing will be translated to something completely different. A preposition is a word such as to, in, of, without, with, before, after, etc. It is very important to understand your own language when you are trying to learn, especially your second language. The second language is the most difficult one to learn. The third one is going to be easier than the second one, and so forth. Let's practice with some examples. Thanks for coming. Most people use the wrong preposition in Spanish, and they also translate coming literally. Let's see how you should translate it. Gracias por venir. So the preposition is not para in this construction. Thanks for. The preposition will always be por. And the verb is not going to be viniendo. Here, ing is going to be an infinitive verb in Spanish. Remember that infinitive verbs are the endings ar, ir. So most of the times that the verb goes after a preposition, you need to remember that the verb is going to be an infinitive verb in Spanish, ending in ar, ir. And you are not going to translate ing to ANDO, IENDO. Number 2, I'm tired of working. Most people think that it is estoy cansado de trabajando. But the translation is estoy cansado de trabajar. Number 3, I'm thinking about moving. Estoy pensando en mudarme. Number 4, I rest after working. Descanso después de trabajar. Number 5, please call before leaving. Por favor, llama antes de irte. Number 5, verbs as the subject of a sentence. Here, in English, you use the ing verb. In Spanish, we're going to use the infinitive form again. Ar, ir. You don't translate ing to ANDO, IENDO. Remember that a sentence in most languages, or in every language, is the subject plus the verb plus the object. This is the basic structure. Number 1, playing tennis is fun. If you didn't know what I'm explaining to you right now, you would probably translate this sentence to jugando tenis es divertido. But here, playing is not the main verb of the sentence. Playing is actually a noun. And the main verb of this sentence is. So playing tennis is going to be jugar tenis es divertido. Number 2, learning takes time. Aprender toma tiempo. Number 3, walking is good exercise. Caminar es buen ejercicio. Number 4, sleeping is important. Dormir es importante. Number 5, smoking is bad for you. Fumar es malo para ti. So every time that the verb is the subject of the sentence in English, you will use the ing form. In Spanish, you will use the infinitive form. The endings ar, ir. And you will not translate literally to ANDO, IENDO. 6, ing adjectives describing a noun. Remember that an adjective is a word that describes a noun. In English, there are ing adjectives that you cannot translate literally into Spanish. You just need to learn the Spanish word. Examples. 1, the movie was boring. La película fue aburrida. 2, the book is interesting. El libro es interesante. 3, the trip was exciting. El viaje fue emocionante. 4, the class was amazing. La clase fue increíble. 5, the result was embarrassing. El resultado fue vergonzoso. So, for ing adjectives, you need to learn the Spanish word. You cannot translate literally. 7, ing nouns. You cannot translate literally. You need to learn the Spanish noun, the Spanish word. Examples. 1, the building is old. El edificio es viejo. 2, I have a meeting at 9. Tengo una reunión a las 9. 3, I study in the morning. Estudio en la mañana. 4. The parking is full. El estacionamiento está lleno. 5. I went to a wedding. Fui a una boda. Do you think you can only use ANDO y ENDO with the verb estar? Think again. There are some verbs in Spanish that also require the endings ANDO y ENDO, the gerund. Let's practice a couple of them. Here to keep is going to be translated into seguir. You could also say continuar. Seguir, sigo, sigues, sigue, seguimos, seguís. Vosotros in Spain, siguen. Let's practice with a few examples. 1. He keeps calling. Él sigue llamando. 2. She keeps complaining. Ella sigue quejándose. This is a reflexive verb. That's why we add the se pronoun at the end. 3. I keep forgetting your name. Sigo olvidando tu nombre. 4. Keep trying. Sigue intentando. Here, sigue is the command form, the imperative form of the verb seguir. 5. Keep learning. Sigue aprendiendo. To have been doing something. This is a very common expression in Spanish, and there are 2 ways of saying the same thing. You can do it literally, or you can use a construction that is very common. The verb is llevar. Llevar usually means to take or to carry. Here, it's going to be a construction that you need to learn. Llevo, llevas, lleva, llevamos, lleváis. Vosotros in Spain, llevan. Let's practice with some examples. I've been working here for X amount of years. Llevo trabajando aquí 5 años. You could also say, he estado trabajando aquí. Llevo trabajando is very common. 2. I've been teaching Spanish for. Llevo enseñando español. 3. I've been traveling for. Llevo viajando. 4. I've been living here for. Llevo viviendo aquí 6 años. Now, I want to ask you a question. How long have you been studying Spanish or learning Spanish? ¿Cuánto llevas estudiando o aprendiendo español? Leave it in the comments below. If you ever thought, why can I understand Spanish speakers when they talk fast? You need my connected speech video. Everyone is loving it.